Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Karibuni sana for the new subscribers and for those who are consuming my content. I'm really grateful. This is a channel where we basically only have conversation about life and its happenings, things that we learn as we grow, and a few things that we need to change here and there, and a few things that we need to adopt. So some of these things speak directly to me, and that is why I come up here to share. So anything I learn, so when I learn something new, I just come and drop it here so that one or two things may be helpful. You may choose to pick one and drop the other. You may choose to drop the other and pick another one. So basically here we only have conversation about life. And on our topic today, we'll be discussing on how to build trust, whether it's a broken trust or a trust that you need to build afresh. Today, I'm just going to give you points, a few points that I've also learned along the way on how to build trust. Because trust is something that needs a lot of work and commitment for someone to build. And that is the same reason why when trust is broken, it's so hard to amend it. So these are a few things that I've learned on how to build trust. If it's your spouse, you want to build trust. If it's your friends, if it's your colleague at work, colleague in the church, just basically an all-round points on how to build trust depending on who you are relating to. And my first point will be honest. Don't lie. Just be honest. If you've done something wrong, just be honest. And especially if you're trying to amend a trust that was broken, just be honest for the second time. If it's bad, just tell it as it is. And these people will learn to trust you, because most people say you'd rather hurt me with the truth than comfort me with a lie. Because when that lie is now exposed and someone learns the truth, it really hurts. And this is something that really breaks trust. In fact, if there's something that tops in breaking trust, is when you lie. So let's learn to be honest, especially when you are trying to build or rebuild trust. Another point is learn to trust others first. If you want me to trust you, you need to trust me first. Trust me with the small details that you think don't matter. Trust me first. Prove to me that you trust me. And the moment I see that you have your full trust in me, then I have no reason not to trust in you. And this one, I've learned it a hard way, because I realized I am so withdrawn. I don't really speak about issues that are really bothering me, or little dreams that I have, because I'm scared of what if you don't believe, what if you don't trust me. But lately I've learned to talk to my closest friends. Like I have two or three, where I've learned that every time we are talking about them, every time they need to talk, they come with their issues, they come with their dreams, like I need to do this, and with their problems as they are. So I realized these people trust me so much with their issues, with their personal issues. Some of these issues they even tell me, hata sijawahi ambia mtu ni wa kwanza. And I realized I have a friend in this person. I have someone to confide into. I have someone to trust with my situations, with the issues that are affecting me. So I have learned this practically, because of people who've trusted me, and now I'm able to open up to them with my issues. And that one is one way. In fact, I think it's the fastest way to build trust. You don't have to put a lot of work into it. Just trust that person that you want them to trust you. That is another point. And the other point is you deliver on your promises. Keep your word. If you promise to be there at 2, be there at 2. If you promise to bring me A, B, C, D, just bring it to me. And I'll keep on trusting. Like I have a colleague that I told, I don't ignore phone calls. Unless I'm not around, unless I didn't hear, hata kama tumekosana aje, even if I don't want to talk to you, but I don't ignore phone calls. And there's this day, they did me wrong. And akanipigia, I just picked up the call. Akanambia, I thought hutashika hii simu, but I remembered uliniambia you don't ignore phone calls. And yes, that person mpaka leo akiwa na shida anywhere and they need somebody to call, they always call me, kwa sababu niliwaambia mimi simu wa signal, like that is a promise and I kept them. So they trust when it comes to a phone call. They know Christine definitely, unless hayuko karibu na simu, unless hajaiona, she'll not ignore my phone call. So when it comes to that kind of trust, I know that person, like not even that, like 1, 2, 3 people wananijua hivyo, and they trust me on that. Another point is, don't speak bad about people when you are around. In fact, just don't speak bad about anybody. Because the moment umekuja kwangu and you speak bad about somebody that I know is your friend, or somebody that I know you relate differently, and umekuja kwangu na umeongea vibaya kumhusu, and I'll ask myself, na mimi unaongeanga aje behind my back? What stories do you have to tell another person behind my back? Already that is a deal breaker. Like when it comes to trust, that's a deal breaker. Maybe I'll entertain the conversation 1 or 2, but ukitoka najua hapa, I am so done. I am so done kabisa. There's no way I'll be telling you something kwa sababu najua kama umekuja kuniambia about somebody else, and especially if you relate to that some person. Like umekuja kwangu and you're gossiping about a coworker, umekuja kwangu you're gossiping about somebody I know, or rather I thought was your friend. That one is a deal breaker. Like for me, it's a deal breaker. Conversation, in fact, I'll start choosing what to talk to you about. To an extent, I'd rather nitakuhepa tu. Nikiona unakuja naona ni kama najishuku, because again I'm so talkative. Nikiona unakuja na ninajishuku, like I may end up telling you something, afadhali nijiweke busy, or I'll just nitakuhepa tu roho safi, to avoid me saying anything either about myself or about anybody else. Another point is, don't hide your emotions. If you want me to trust you, or if you want that other person to trust you, come to them as you are. You are heartbroken, kuja ulie. You are mad, say it as it is. Like usijifiche, because when you are speaking to me, or I know you are hurt and you pretend to be strong, if you can hide your own emotions, then you're not somebody I can trust with mine. So there's no way I'll be telling you something that is so emotional, because already you're not willing to trust me with your own emotions. So come with your emotions as you are. Kama umekasirika, kama umefurahi, if you want to cry, if you want to scream, come with them as you are. And this person will trust you with theirs too. And this is I'll put this as emotional trust, yes. So that next time umekuja na zako umelia, so unajua hata nikikuja kwako nikilia, I can trust you with your emotions. Yeah. Another thing, you remain true to your own values. When you say something, remain true to it. For example, like the example I've just given, I always tell people that mimi na phone call, unless sijaiona, but I don't ignore phone calls. Hata kama najua utaniscold, I don't ignore phone calls. And like the example I've just given, this guy thought that kwa sababu he's done me wrong, he thought that I am not going to pick their call, because initially tulikuwa tumeongea and I was so mad. And the funny thing is that I knew they wanted to defend themselves with a lie, but I ended up picking that phone. Nilishika tu, wewe endelea kunidanganya, but I stood true to my value, like yakuwa unless sijaona phone call, but nilikuwa nimeshika kwa mkono, I picked that call. So stay true to your values. Ukisema me I don't, because the moment you've stooped down to your value, nitashanga, si ulisema wewe huongeleshangi mtu akikuongelesha hivyo, and I'll be worried, because that trust is broken. I can't trust you with your own values. Why would I want to trust you with mine? Surely. Kama kitu ulisema you can't keep it, why would I want to trust you with my values? So stay true to your own value, remain true to them. And then another point is accepting responsibility, or rather admitting when you are wrong. Kama ni wewe umekosea, please kuja tu admit, nilikosea, and this is what happened. And you can even go ahead further and apologize, and that trust is gained. Umekosea, it is so hard to admitting that you are wrong. It is so hard. Yani mtu anasikianga ni kama ameji undervalue. But let me tell you, if you want to build trust, always admit when you are wrong, accept responsibility of what has just happened. And another point is invest in the relationships. Invest in it. There's a way you can invest in a relationship emotionally, and these people will trust you. Just invest in it. Work hard on that relationship. Be intentional about it. That is another way of building trust. And my last point will be dependable and reliable. If you promise to do this, let me know that I can always rely on you. And it is something good to know that you can rely on someone. And I'll just go back to my other example. Now my friend is so sure that despite anything, mimi nitashika simu zake. Despite tumekosana, because anajua niko reliable when it comes to phone calls. Anajua niko reliable. So akijua, for example, he's in trouble, anajua the only person najua haezi kosa kushika simu yangu ni Christine. So I can use Christine to come through or to get the information I want to the person I want it to get to. Like ukue mtu someone can depend on and rely on in all aspects. And that is one way of also building trust in a relationship, in friendship, hata kazini. Ukue tu mtu moja, like kuna wenye unajuanga tu, ukisema unapigia Christine, someone tell you, "Ai, Christine hata ashikangi simu, don't even bother." Like we cannot depend on you on anything. Like unataka Christine kufanya yule wachana naye. Like be dependable and reliable. Let your friends know that when it comes to this, I can depend on Christine. When it comes to this, I can rely on her to come through for me. I can rely on her to cover for me kama ni kazini. I can rely on her to go an extra mile and take care of my child when I'm not away. Like someone can rely or depend on you. And those are my points for today. Thank you so much for those who are joining me. And please remember to comment, like, and share my content with your friends and family. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for today. And until the next one, goodbye.